Hi everyone, it is Cynthia, the Intuitive Stitcher, and I don't even know the date today, but I know it's Monday, and I'm not even going to guess. It's 20 something. So welcome to my channel, and if you are returning, I appreciate that you're coming back and that you're liking my video. And to all new viewers, welcome. And I hope that you like my channel and that you comment, like, and perhaps subscribe. So I missed one comment and I felt so bad about it. I thought I replied and I didn't, my last video. So I did clear that up. I felt terrible about it. So again, Carla, she is, I didn't write that down. Yes, Carla, the crazy cross-stitch lady. Carla, the crazy cross-stitch lady. I watch her channel too, and I have a few that I do watch, and I'll list them in the description box. I did forget about one, and I'm hoping to remember her by the end of this. So anyway, welcome to my channel. I have a finish, not a fully finished, but I have a finish. So I will show you that a little later, and we'll get started with my WIPs. So you know what we're going to start with? I had a giveaway. We're going to do that right away. So the giveaways that I had 2 of them, and I didn't get anything out for this floss tube. So next one, I promise, I will have more giveaways. So this one was for friends. It is a Lizzie Kate, and the winner of this one is Ethel Whedon. So Ethel, I know I have your address, and it's in my email. I'll look it up, and if you want to email me anyway, that way I know that you did receive this or see me show your name, Ethel. So just email me and let me know that everything's the same. So that goes to Ethel, and that was for the word friend or friends. And the next winner was the trilogy. It's called Grateful Hearts, and that winner is Exie B. EXIE and the letter B. So XCB, please send me an email so that I know you did see this. And I'm not sure if I have your address. I don't remember, but you will get this one. I will mail that out to you when I hear from you. Okay? And next time I will have some more giveaways. Now, let's do the WIPs. So the first thing that I worked on is it's a round robin. There are 7 of us involved in this, 7 of my friends. Quaker Gardens by Hello from Liz Mathews. This is the piece. So there are 7 participants, and our first job is to do the border around the letters and that motif and this motif, and then we'll start passing it around, and someone will do this motif, and then we'll pass it again. So that's what we're doing for the round robin. So I'll show you where I am. I'm working on the section that we need to have complete. I'm going to use this board as my, well, not board, but the pattern. So this is where I am. I'm starting the queue. Come a little closer, and I'll tell you what I'm doing this on. It's 28 count Lugana. I'll come over a little bit more. I can't see, so I don't know what you're seeing. It's called A Star is Born by Grace Notes Fabrics. And I'm using DMC. 792. So it's DMC 792. Sorry if you couldn't see it all, but I couldn't see what I was showing you. So I have the rest of the alphabet, and then I have the motif at the bottom. Let me fold this up. Have the motif at the bottom. This is the same as this, and then 2 more motifs. And then I think in August we will be passing, well, probably end of July, we'll be passing this on to the next stitcher. So someone else will be stitching this. And I can't wait. We'll use my fabric and my floss. So I can't wait. I think it's going to be fun to see everyone's, I don't know, that everyone is working on it. So it'll be fun. So that is that, Quaker Gardens. Hello from Liz Mathews. I'm looking here at my notes that I have. I don't want to show you that one yet. I want to show you, this is called Hello Summer Plum Street Samplers. You might have seen this before. So I'm not going to put Hello Summer on the bottom there. I might put 250 right here. Right in there. I am using all of the called for. The pattern calls for Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works, but conversion for DMC was also provided, so I'm using DMC. And I was working on this a little bit, and then I made a mistake in the flag and decided that I'm just going to fudge it because nobody will know. Let me get these. I used these, they're magnets. These magnets I use for to hold my needle in place, and I want to take that away. So I didn't do such a great job preparing. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. So let me show you what I have, and you won't see the mistake yet. You might not ever. So that's that. So I made a mistake here with the red. I think I'm supposed to have 2 instead of 1 going up and down vertically. So I'm just going to fudge it. I still didn't decide if I'm going to take this out and put gold metallic. Haven't decided that, but when I saw that I made the mistake, I had done quite a bit of this area here. And when I saw that I made the mistake, I thought, okay, I'm going to put this away for a little bit until I decide what I want to do. But I really don't think that I'm going to take it apart. I'm just going to keep going with it. So, because it's not it's a different flag because it's like flowing. It's not a flag like you see some patterns where you actually see that there are, you know, certain number of lines across, and you know, like it's supposed to be. This is a little different. So that is Plum Street Samplers, and I am using. It's called Silver Bells from Grace Notes Fabrics, and it's 36 count Jobelin. That's that one. Okay, let me turn my page. I'm still working on this right now because I want to finish the butterfly, but I did get Blue Rhapsody by Rosewood Manor. I got this one out because I hadn't worked on it in a while, and I do want to finish that butterfly because I want to get to the alphabets. So let me show you this one. It's still in the hoop because I don't stitch in hand. I use a hoop. So I worked on this area in here with the dark, I'd say periwinkle. And I just started now. I sat down this afternoon and I started to stitch the lighter colored periwinkle. So I do want to finish, and I do want to finish this butterfly. And I'm going to do that before the next video. I'll work on this tonight. So, and for this one, I'm working on, it's just 28 count linen from my stash. It's probably like antique color, antique white or ivory color. It has no modeling. And I am using DMC 793 and 341. So the colors are pretty. I think they are anyway. And one of my stitchy friends, I don't know where the other one is. When I pull my floss, I leave it like on the side of my chair, you know, on the armrest of my chair, so that I know, I remember which color that I'm working on. So, but it's on the chair, so I can't. I'll show you next time. But those are the colors that I'm using, 793 and 341. They're both like a periwinkle color. It's very pretty. So my stitchy friend Sue, I didn't want to use a called for colors. I wanted to use like a purpley blue color, and it looks periwinkle, which is perfect. Sue helped me pick the two colors. She happened to have, she was working with a whole lot of different colors, and she happened, we went through all of her DMC that day, and she pulled those two out, and it works. So I was thankful for that. Then I didn't have to hunt. What I sometimes do is when I go to Michael's, if I'm looking for floss for a project, I take my fabric and I'll just look at it all and hold it up to the fabric. If I need 2 skeins or five different colors of skeins, I'll just hold it up, and so that's sometimes how I pick the floss colors that I want. So let me talk about my finish. This is Happy 4th of July Firework. Cross Stitching for Fun. She's on Facebook. Her name is Marina, M-A-R-Y-N-A. She's from the Ukraine, and she is a designer. So if you get to see her, look at her page, she has a Facebook page, and she probably has either a website or Etsy, I'm not sure, but I always look at her Facebook page. So that's what that is, and it is finished. And there it is. It's pretty. It's really pretty. I'll come in closer so you can see more of it. If you see a mistake, please let me know. I'm going to frame this myself, and it's going to be in a hoop. And I did get a color. I'm glad I have these right here. I'm going to paint the hoop a red color. And I bought, I don't have that here. It's like, it'll go around the hoop like little red balls. Yarn. It looks like yarn, but it's not yarn. It's trim, and it'll be cute. So I'm going to finish it myself and see how that goes. But I do want to paint the wooden hoop and let that dry real well. I'll hang this up before the 4th of July. And we'll see if I can do this. I know that I can. I've done it before. I know I can. Haven't done it in many, many years, so I will frame that myself and show you next video. So I did use white, of course. B5200 is what I use when I do my white, and I used 321. Oh, there's a really, because I think she called for different colors. But I wanted a true red and a true blue. 321 and 820. 321 and 820. It's hard to hold them up. So those are the colors I used in the piece. Show you one more time. And that's finished. So, yeah. I just tweaked it a bit. So, I like it very much. It was fun to work on, especially the little fireworks. That was fun. Now, my Heaven and Earth designs. I did a separate video letting you know that I'm going to work on a Heaven and Earth each week. I'm going to pull one of my Heaven and Earth design patterns and stitch on it. And I don't have a goal. Like I don't have, okay, I want to stitch 100 stitches this week or 500 stitches this week. I just stitch, and however many it is, it is. I did write it down somewhere. I didn't write it on my paper here, but I am keeping tabs of how many stitches. So the first one I did is Mini My Sweet Valentine, artwork by Laura Prindle. Is that? Isn't that pretty? I love it. Another stitchy friend of mine, Sally. I was with her when we were at a retreat just for the day, and I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted this. And because I drove 2 days, I think it was a 2-day retreat back and forth. I don't remember because we went to 2 retreats like that. But she said because I drove, she was going to buy that for me. So I was working on this before on 28 count, and it was too small. I couldn't see very well. So, and then I tried a 25 count, and so I started all over because I had 28 count, I had a 25 count. So I actually turned the 25 count that I have around and restarted it. So I did. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's about 200 stitches. And it is 25 count. It's the easy grid, some say easy guide. So it's about 200 stitches. So yeah, it's not much, but I have 5 Heaven and Earth designs patterns, and I plan on doing this every week. I'll rotate every week. So this was what I worked on 2 weeks ago, and I'll do 5 days, not 7. I'm doing 5 days of stitching, pulling it out and stitching on it. The next Heaven and Earth, which I just finished, I worked on this last week, is Whispers of Wishes, and I got this from Heaven and Earth Design in like November, December of the year. They have a special where, you know, if you, for this one, I think it was if you stitch a page, not the whole thing, a page by the end of the year, you get an exclusive chart. So I picked this one. And I did talk about the exclusive charts that I received that I didn't have to pay for just for signing up for this project. And this is Whispers of Wishes, and I'll show this to you. There were quite a few to choose from. And I chose this one because it reminded me of my childhood days when we'd pick these out of the yard and blow the white billowy parts of it. And whispers of wishes. So, and I love the colors. Very pretty. So I always start at the top left. And this one I have about 300 stitches. So the colors are, look at those colors. They're so pretty. Yeah. I didn't want to put this down, but I was also working on other things. I wanted to finish the 4th of July, so I finished that yesterday. So that's that one. I love the colors. I love the pattern, so that'll be fun. We used to go out, my brother and I, and, you know, neighborhood kids, and when I was growing up, and when we'd see those in the yard, we'd try to pull as many as we could. And my dad would always say, get the roots, you know. But we'd just pull them, and then we tried to blow, you know, hold as many as we could and then blow them all. And they, all this the white billowy, I don't know what they're called, would be all over the air. And we used to grab them and make wishes. They always said if you have one that floats by and you grab it and you make a wish and you let it go, your wish will come true. We did that too, and I had talked about that before. So I'll tell you what I'm going to work on this week, my Heaven and Earth. And I'm going to be working on Mini Dark Waters by Jessica Allain, Allain. And the Whispers of Wishes is Michelle Sayetta, Sayetta. She is, she designed that one. Laura Prindle designed My Sweet Valentine. Jessica Allain designed this one. It's very pretty. This one will not be for me. It will be for my daughter and my granddaughters. And I'm sorry about the needle and the needle holder that I am using. So I did stitch more. Well, I did stitch more before, but now I'm going to continue stitching. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this one, if I'm going to go over this way or down, keep going down. Let me look at the picture again and maybe I can decide or think about it. Yeah, I'm going to come down, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to come down because I can get to the lighter colors. Because if I go across, it's still going to be very dark. I'm going to come down so I can get to this light here. Be a little different stitching instead of all the dark colors. So, and then who knows, maybe from there I can go across, more across. So we'll see. But that's that one. That's what I'm going to work on this week. So, and that's it. That's what I've been working on and what I'm going to be working on. Of course, I have other projects. I want to work on the Quaker Gardens and get that finished, get my part of it finished. And I'll be working on that for the rest of this month and part of July. I do want to have that finished in July, long before we switch. I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to send me an email, which is in the description box, or comment on here. And for my winners, I would ask that you not comment that you won, because then I don't know what you call them, bots or trolls, when they see that, it's possible that they would tune in to try to win some of these, and they are not stitchers. So I'm not sure who they are or what they do, but they try to get these patterns. So some of the floss tubers that I watch, I did mention Carla. She is the crazy cross stitch lady. She just showed her craft room, which has been redone, renovated. It's beautiful. Her favorite color is purple, and you can tell. I knew that from before, but her craft room is really pretty. It's just gorgeous. So, and she has a new floss tube out that I didn't get to watch yet. So if you do get to see her, I'll have her YouTube address in the description box so that you can always look at her videos. And then another one that I really like, she's very quiet, and I love listening to her and seeing her projects, is Mary, and she is Daydream Stitcher 2020. Her name is Mary, and her YouTube FLOSSTUBE channel is Daydream Stitcher 2020. And another floss tuber I watch is Nicola, Simply a Stitcher. She does a lot of Stitch With Me's and FlosStube also, to show her projects. And she does live Stitch With Me's, and she also does Stitch With Me's that she will have her viewers listen to music. So I do like listening to her when she is stitching with her family around her, and it's just fun to hear her husband and her daughters, interact with her while she's stitching live. I do enjoy that, and I find that I enjoy stitching while I'm listening to her, talking to her viewers, and also interacting with her family. So she is Nicola, Simply a Stitcher. So I'll put her information in the description box as well. So if you don't want to hear anything about what I'm doing this weekend, you can go on to your next floss tube or whatever you are working on. And I'm going to talk about an upcoming stitch-in retreat that I'm going to. So thank you for joining me, and I hope that you like the page. Subscribe and comment. And if you have any questions, please ask. So this weekend is Grace Notes Fabrics. It's a stitch-in. I know the owner and her family. They live nearby. And Grace Notes Fabrics, you can go to their website, and she does all hand-dyed fabrics. And they also have other things available. They do dye threads. So take a peek at her page. But I will be joining, it's just a small stitch-in at a nearby hotel, just for 25 of us. We get together once a month at a place called Wegmans. They have a nice cafe, a big cafe, where we get together once a month and we stitch with each other. So we started doing these, and she does have a big retreat also, but these are just little stitch-ins here and there that she has. Like I said, we keep it to 25 people. So that starts on Thursday at noon, and it goes until Sunday at 4. Some people come in and they stay at the hotel, and some people travel back and forth, because it's only maybe a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour from where I live. And a friend of mine who lives in Bethlehem, we usually carpool some of the days, not all of the days. So yeah, that's where I'm going to be going. And I always go in early on Thursday, and I help her and her daughters set up. So it just makes it easier for them, and then not so rushed. So that is coming up this weekend, and I'm still keeping busy with my granddaughters. So yeah, time just flies by, and I'm so happy about that. So yeah, so I think that's about it. And if you have any questions, like I said, about anything, let me know. And I hope that everyone has a good week. And yeah, it's rainy here today, which I'm thankful for because we do need the rain. So it's a little bit cloudy outside, but that's okay. And what else? It's the birds are always out. So I love hearing the birds, and I love being level with the ground, like the grass and things like that. Since I'm now on the first floor, it's nice to open my patio door and hear the birds and see them in the grass and the squirrels. It's just nice. So the weather is to be comfortable. Only humid, I think, one day later in the week, and then back to, they call it the muggy meter on our local news channel, but it has been quite comfortable lately, so people are thankful for that. So anyway, I'm going to head out now. Well, not head out, but end this video. And so everyone have a great week. And let me know what you're working on in the comments. I'd like to know what everyone's working on. Just a little blurb about, what pattern or what project you're working on. So have a good night. It is now 5:44, which you don't know, but I am going to post this later so that you'll have it tonight, which is Monday evening. So everyone have a great time, a great week. And hope everyone is well. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye.